Well, let's get more now from Aitor Zabalgogeazkoa, who is from Doctors Without Borders, MSF, and he joins us now from Gaza. Thank you so much for being with us today. Clearly a very dire situation our correspondent was just outlining for us. Just first of all, if you could describe the current situation in Gaza now compared to previous parts of the conflict, just how dire are things for the people of Gaza?
Well, we are talking about that it has passed 2 months already with virtually no supplies getting into Gaza, no really inadequate quantities of food getting into, and also lack of supplies, medical supplies, fuel, etc. So the people is really desperate. There is really nervous. There is a lot of fights and discussions in the streets about the food. And then we have this terrible situation around the distribution sites where each of the distribution is converted in a massacre by the Israeli forces each time that is happening.
And I just want to ask you a bit more about these very militarized food distribution centers. Could you paint us a picture of just what it is like for people at these sites, what they're experiencing there, and what kind of injuries people are presenting with your medical teams?
Well, most of the people are forced to go through one road to a distribution in a closed distribution site, which is the size of a football stadium. They are forced to get into an area which is already under evacuation, so it's a combat zone for the Israeli forces. They are given very few minutes to collect the boxes and to leave the area. So what happens is that if the people arrive earlier than expected, they get shot. If they are, not respecting the instructions during the distribution, they get shot. And if they are staying further and longer than after the distribution, they get shot also. So this has been one after the other, shootings, especially shootings, and some occasionally also explosions, which affected, around 500 people got killed, and nearly 4,000 people got killed just trying desperately to get food. And of course, this is not a way that should be done, because in such situation, who dares to go there? So vulnerable people have no access to such kind of food.
And so what kind of immediate changes are MSF calling for, and what kind of message are you wanting to get out to the global community about the humanitarian, the aid situation in Gaza? What needs to be changed right now?
Right now, these massacres need to stop immediately, and professional and principled humanitarian agencies, they must be allowed to bring supplies, to bring food in Gaza in a predictable manner and in adequate quantities so the people can be fed. And of course, it is needed an immediate ceasefire and enough aid and adequate aid let it into Gaza.
And if there is a ceasefire, as we are hearing some signs of, at least from the US president, how quickly do you think that really urgent aid would be able to get into the Gaza Strip?
We don't know, but they should be very quickly and immediately, as the needs for food are really big. I mean, the quantity of trucks allowed through the borders are very small, and they are not enough at all. So it is really a significant operation needs to be put working in order to allow, especially food and also fuel, in order to allow people accessing water trucking and water desalination, and also in order to hospitals to get generators running, incubators, operational theaters, or elevators.